Hello everyone, Zero Fossil Fuel. Today is Saturday, September 24th, 2011, and this is a Zero News update on the Muller motor project. But first, we need to go over some information that I presented in my video last Wednesday. Don't ever tell me to cease showing my work on YouTube. It was basically in response to a message that I received from YouTube user sparten1114. That's S-P-A-R-T-E-N 1114, and a number of you who are concerned about his possible character flaws, shall we say, decided to do a little research on Mr. Sparten and looked up the domain records and all of the information that he's published online, his curriculum vitae. So we know his name, we know his address and his telephone number and who he's worked for and what he's done. He's a smart guy. Yes, he's a smart guy. And his name is Warren Williams. Well, Mr. Williams claims to be a present partner of Phil Wood. And he claims that the videos that I've been producing are showing technology that he and Phil have a patent on. Well, since then, I have received a message from one of Phil's friends named Ron, who said that, basically told me that Phil was not connected with a gentleman named Warren Williams. And then this evening, which is Sunday morning Australia time in Queensland, I just had a nice 30-minute or so Skype video teleconference with Phil Wood, and we had a nice long chat about Mr. Williams. Turns out that Phil Wood was at one time involved in a business venture with Warren Williams, and they were at one time going to manufacture equipment that was based on a patent owned by Phil Wood. The intellectual property belongs to Phil Wood. It has always belonged to Phil Wood, and it will continue to belong to Phil Wood in perpetuity. Things ended very badly between the two partners, and I will not go into the details of why their partnership split up. Let's just say that lawyers are involved, and lawyers are watching right now very carefully. In fact, Phil's lawyer, who later saw my little rant, I guess kind of liked my little rant. And I kind of like my little rant too, because I think it hits home, and I think it really delivers a message, lets people know exactly where I stand on certain issues, because there is no mistaking that. But anyway, back on topic. Phil is no longer in any way connected with Warren Williams. All business partnerships and business ties have been dissolved. All of the intellectual property has been published and released and made public, entered into the public domain and open source via the EV Gray website. So Phil basically washed his hands of the whole thing and said, you know what, I'm not going to follow your prescription for wealth and fame. I'm just going to release the information and make it open source and public domain, and it is no longer patentable. Let me repeat that. It is not patentable. So any claims that I am violating anyone's patent, first of all, I have to be manufacturing and selling for profit equipment based on someone else's idea that's been patented. Otherwise, it's not an infringement. Mr. Williams, if you have something that you're going to bring to market, you damn well better do it real fast. And you damn well better be real careful about who you claim is your business partner, because Phil Wood is disavowing all knowledge of any partnership with you. And Phil, I had a really nice chat with you. I appreciate the time that you gave me this morning to talk with me about the situation. I deeply regret bringing you back into this. I apologize for any suffering that you've been through as a result of having to watch my video, as well as this public apology to you for upsetting you in any way as a result of that video, and a acknowledgement that you are not in any way connected with Warren Williams. I wish you all the best and success in the future, sir. Thank you. So now, back onto the Muller motor project. The 1 11/16 tap showed up Friday morning, and in this photo here you see it clamped in my vise, ready to receive the pipe that I've been using. The method that I ended up using to create the nuts is to simply take the pipe that I want to use for my nuts and thread it on top of the tap that is clamped in the vise. To do that, I use what's called a strap wrench that I picked up for a ridiculously low price at Harbor Freight, and couldn't pass it up. I know it's kind of like shopping at Walmart. I know I'm kind of shooting the American manufacturer in the foot when I do that, but I just couldn't pass up $3. I'm sorry. But anyway, the pipe is threaded onto the tap and then threaded back off of the tap. And then what I do later is I simply put it on the bandsaw, and I slide it up to the blade with the T-square, with the table square, and measure off slices 3/8 of an inch that are marked on the table, and just cut my threaded slices off, and I end up with rings that are threaded that are my backing nuts for the bulkhead fittings. After I made my first one and got it properly fitted to the bulkhead fitting, I made a second one and tried to fit that one to the second bulkhead fitting, and I quickly discovered how poorly manufactured these bulkhead fittings are and what poor tolerances they are made to, because the second one wouldn't go on at all. Went fine on the first bulkhead fitting, wouldn't go on the second one at all. So I ended up having to cut slices out of each of the rings and make it more of a C-clamp assembly than just a ring nut around the threads of the bulkhead fitting. That's quite all right, because the threads lock into place very well, so that I can at least set the gaps of each coil to the rotor independently, and then once the gap is set, then all I need to do is take a plastic cable tie and wrap it around that C-ring and just lock it into place that way. So we're moving forward. Next step is I'm going to be mixing up some epoxy and pouring some cores, and then I will be making the rotor and showing how that's done as precisely as one possibly can with the equipment that I have available behind me. So that's all for now. I hope you are well. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will. Please tell your friends. Please rate my videos, and please comment below. I always enjoy your comments. Certainly had a lot of comments on my last video. In fact, it was the single most commented video I have ever produced, so maybe I need to rant a little more. I mean, the more that people comment on my videos, the more people get to see them, and the more we get people fired up about free energy technologies and sharing their information for the common good. Peace, everyone.